Hey, it's AK. Today I'm walking through some frequently asked questions about breeding. So let's start with the first one, the one I see very often. And to talk about those, we'll get over to Rust Breeder. Once you run your clones through Rust Breeder, then you get these little cards that tell you how to generate the clones that you're looking for. So these two are very similar, but I'm going to point out the differences. And this is probably the top question I am ever asked. This one here says center sapling. So center sapling, I would take number 3, clone, which is right here, and I would put it in the center. The next one down says any extra plant of same type. That is the question that I get all the time. What does it mean, any extra plant of same type? If you move your mouse over those words, there's a paragraph. It's not at the top, it's not in the middle, it's the very bottom. And it says the term same type means if you're crossbreeding yellow berries, then your center seed or clone has to be a yellow berry. So all that really means is if I'm working with hemp, I can put any clone or seed here in the center that's hemp. If I'm trying to clone hemp, I cannot take a potato, a corn, a flower, and put it in the center. It won't work. It has to be the same type of plant. It's as easy as that. The second most popular question I ever receive is Gen 1. I put all my clones through Rust Breeder, and it tells me to pick a clone that I don't have. And it's talking about these two right here. Well, if you click on it, it takes you into that card, right? This is a detailed look at that card. Now, if I click on Gen 1, the clone that I don't have, it gives me a few options of how to make that clone. So Gen 1 means it's just a first breeding. You don't have this clone. You have to breed all of these with the extra plant of the same type to get this clone. Same thing for the next one. This one requires 2 Gen 1s. You can choose any of these options, and it'll get you that same clone at the top. So basically what Gen 1 means is you're not ready to go straight for the God clone. You have to do a first generation breeding. So this one, you have to do 1 here and 1 here. So 2 breedings to get these 2 clones. Then you use this card itself to breed to get the God clone. The next question that I get all the time is this 50%. What does 50% mean? Well, in short, it means if you breed this, if you follow this, you could get this clone or you can get a different clone. That's really all it means. You have a 50% chance of getting it, but the chance is not random. You have to look at the side here: west, west, east, east. So once you plant your center plant, you let it get to the parameters that it says in this, about 50% progress in the sapling stage. Once you do that, then you take clone number 7 and 34 and you plant on the westernmost side of the planter box. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So if this is the planter box I was using in my base, I'm looking at the compass up top. I'm standing right in the middle of the planter box and I'm looking at the compass. That is the westernmost side, right? So it's not quite the edge. I didn't build my base facing exactly north, south, east, and west. So it's more like this corner. So the 2 westernmost sides is going to be that one and that one. It's going to be those 2 spots. The opposite of that is the east, because it also asks for 2 going in the east. So the easternmost is going to be those 2. Again, I'm in the middle of the planter box. That way there's no problem. Eastern, eastern. If I'm looking at east, which planter spots are closest to it? Now, if I need 3, you have to decide, is it this one? Is it this one? Or is it this one? You have to decide that. One step that I do just to help myself be successful is I put a planter box down facing exactly west and east. So I'm standing, I place it. Yes, I have to put water back in this. Yes, it disrupted everything here, but my goal is to get a God clone. So now I can stand here and I know the westernmost side of the planter box is all three of these. They're all equally west. Same thing over here. The easternmost side of the planter box is all three of those. There's no question, there's no guess. Look at your compass at the top, line up, and that's it. If you don't have space to pick it up and do what I said here, that's okay. Just again, go back to your planter box, look at the westernmost side, and then you have to choose. For me, it's those two. Those are the top three questions I see on forums, in my chat, questions that are asked directly to me. Those are the top three questions. If you guys have questions, let me know. If you're running into something that you're not seeing an answer to, ask me. I want to know. I'm making these videos for everyone here watching them. Not for me. I'm making them for everybody else to put it out there. That's all for me. Happy Tuesday.